How about that? Kane's Arcade. Now, after this happened, there was some folks that said, if Kane can do this as a 9-year-old boy, this kid needs to go to college, needs to make something happen. What can he do with this and that and this? So they put a donate button on their website. They have so far raised over $100,000 for Kane's education.
Wow.
Cool. It is so cool to watch someone have a dream, act on that dream, not second guess it about it's not going to be good enough, it's not going to be exactly what I want, it's not the claw machine that I see at Shakey's Pizza, but how can I do it? And an S-hook and a string, here comes. Oftentimes in life we have these dreams, we have these goals, we have these things that we want to do, and we think, but I can't make it as perfect as I want it to be right out of the gate. And if I can't make it the top-notch perfect right out of the gate, then it's just not worth doing. Instead, as the first quote talked about with Steve Jobs, connecting the dots is what can I do today? Today I can do this. I can make a cardboard arcade, which may lead to a college education, which may lead to inventing the new games of tomorrow, which may lead to a way of providing for his family and his whole life purpose. But if he hadn't taken that first step, because now if I can't have that claw machine, then it's not worth having an arcade. But no matter what Kane did, he could only do it as one little boy. It took the connection with his dad to say, I'll let you do it. I'll let you take a shot. As much as I applaud the boy, I applaud the dad. Who said, my shop is your shop. And a little kid took over the whole front of the shop, which granted had done online, but still. The whole front of the shop, here's this arcade, and here's this thing, and to watch that little boy sit in that low chair all day long, just waiting for somebody. His dedication that came from, when he was coming home from Shakey's Pizza, his dad said, we haven't had any customers today, let's break off and go home early. Said, no can do. Can't do it, I'm on the clock, I might have a customer. I haven't had a customer in 3 months of being open, but I might have a customer today. That's perseverance. Next, I applaud God. We're sending this filmmaker to go get a used door handle for a 96 car. Oftentimes we think, I have to have this great car, this great great that, and sometimes God's got a different plan. If that guy wouldn't have had his 96 Corolla, and then whatever financial position he was in to need to go to a used auto parts store to get a door handle, that never would have happened. That connection never would have been made. None of us know about Kane or Kane's Arcade. Now this film student is now gone viral. This has been on multiple national news outlets, all over the internet, all over LA, all over the world, that this person who took a time out of his day to play a kid's game and felt something tugging at him, like, I really need to make a short film about this. Imagine all the second guessing that went on in his head. Will the kid let me do it? Will the dad let me do it? Would anybody even want to see a video about a little kid's cardboard arcade? Am I just wasting my time? I'm a film student, I'm a serious student, I need to make a serious film to do these serious things, to break into the film industry. How many times when opportunities present themselves, we second guess them away? But that's not the way I thought it would be. I thought it would be this thing with this crew and these lights and this cameras and this action, and maybe it's just a little boy in a little cardboard game. And following your heart. I would guess that the gentleman who filmed Kane's Arcade is probably in the top 10 recognizable names of short film makers on the planet right now. His whole world just opened up by helping somebody else. But all of those things even are just one level and another level and another level, different little dots that are connected, of connection. But then, to put it out to the world, to put it out to LA, having lived in LA, Convincing people to drive to East LA is no easy task.
Having worked there, I agree.
That's not an easy sell. That's not like, oh, come on over to here or there. Look at the amount of people who showed up. Who showed up. And they showed up with how can I help? Not only can I play, not only can I buy a fun pass, not only can I support this little kid, but let me make a sign. Let me invite down more of my friends. Let me do this thing. Let me spend all day waiting for this kid to come back from Shakey's Pizza so that we can all hold up our signs and this kid can just be beaming. I can guarantee that the people who help that dream happen were as equally as touched as that little boy who got helped, who got that feeling. Every person who played at Cain's Arcade that day, and every one of us in this room who have mentally played at Cain's Arcade, there's something inside of us that comes alive when we help someone else. It comes alive. And so when we think, I'm in this thing alone, whatever this thing is that I really want to do, I can't do it, just me. And if I do, it's got to be this version of perfect first, or I'm not even going to try. And what I want is so big, there's no way that I can do it by myself anyway. And the rest of the world's not going to help. Looking at this, we remember how much joy those who help us get. How much joy we get when we help other people. Now, if we get joy when we help other people, and if other people get joy when they help us, then doesn't it stand to reason that when we want to do something, even if it's a cardboard arcade, whatever our dreams are, that there are an entire universe of connected people who say, I want to feel good. Anybody in the room not want to feel good? We all want to feel good. So if we can help somebody do this thing and help ourselves to feel good as we're helping them to accomplish a goal, count us in. We're going to do it. It's cheaper than Prozac. Less side effects than alcohol. Just to help somebody. Of course we want to. Now when we can put that in our mind, that people enjoy helping, and that we enjoy helping other people, that we are truly all connected because we can't do any of that by ourselves. We really realize that we're connected. We really realize we're not in it alone. We really realize that. And then we start to see that all things that we thought were impossible are suddenly possible. That this dot led to this dot, but this dot was necessary. That cardboard arcade was necessary for that boy. Where to lead? Who knows? Who knows? 9 years old. 9 years old. Wow. That's crazy cool. But I look around this room and I see the same thing. I see the same thing. My dad was in the hospital. We all showed up and we all sang. We rocked the 3rd floor of Woodstock. What's up? And we all smiled and we all gave and we all felt great. And there was dude going, wow, man, I've never had this experience before. Debbie's mom, same thing. There's somebody else. Maybe it's something that comes into the God box that ends up helping somebody in a way that they didn't anticipate. And they go, wow, my whole family loves me that much, thought about me that much, that this thing that I thought would be impossible, that straw that broke the camel's back instead reignited my faith in humanity, my faith in my family. We've got to have that experience repeatedly, together. And sometimes we're on the given and sometimes we're on the taken. It doesn't matter. It's all a circle. We take the judgment away. It's all a circle. Just like with Cain. This coming week, in fact, a couple days from now, we get to find out how many kids we're having and what gender. Now that, as a lot of folks know, is a pretty important day. That's a pretty wild, life-changing kind of stuff. I'm here to tell you, if Mary and I lived in the same house, did the same things we did, but didn't have any of you in our lives, it would mean about 10% of what it means now. Because it would just be her and I. 2 single people going to a doctor together. 2 people. No matter how connected. Yay! We're going to have kids. They're going to be this much and this many. And and this gender, and that's cool, and who do we tell? Who do we love? Who can we share this with? Nobody. We don't really know anybody. Or, oh my gosh, my folks are going to be there. This is going to be there. This is, I can't wait. And people around this room that we talked to, even this morning, we're setting up. Find out the old stuff yet. What's it going to be? What day? We get to find out. You can put that on Facebook, aren't you? I want to see it. And that's going to be the done. And then that excitement just builds because that love is there. Any dream that any of us have, any goal that we have, anything we want to do, we are connected. We're continually reminded we're connected. Now, in closing, last week, I played a video by a guy who did a spiritual version of Dr. Seuss. Right? The guy's name's Scott. Good guy.
Especially with the name of Scott.
Well, yeah. 2 days later, he friended me on Facebook. Later that afternoon, after chatting on the internet for a minute, he gave me a call. Said, hey Scott, how you doing? Blah, blah, blah. I went to your website and I see that you've done these things and this, that, and I'm just trying to get started with this thing, and I've done these things, and I've opened up for Robin Williams, and I've opened up for this person and that person, and I've sung it, and I've done these things at these churches, these New Thought churches, and this is where I'm trying to go, and my wife's in nursing school, and I've got a 3-year-old girl, and I don't want to tour the way I used to, and can I just pick your brain for a minute? Yeah, man, what's going on? We ended up talking for 45 minutes. Had a great conversation. Now here's a guy that I didn't know a week ago that had a huge impact on all of us as we watched that video and went, wow, you nailed it. How connected are we? 2 days later, the guy calls me on the phone. And I got to give him a little piece of something that he needed in that moment. Where 2 days before, he had given all of us a little piece of something that we needed in that moment. It amazes me to see how truly connected we all are. Mary and I were kicking back just going, what are the chances of that happening? What are the chances? Now imagine, when the cameras quit rolling, when Cain locked up Cain's Arcade that day, when he went home at night, when he laid down in his bed, when it was just him and his thoughts, I suppose he thought, what were the chances of that happening? What are your goals? And what are the chances of them happening?